Oh, comic fam. Oh, it's good to see you. All right. We're live. We're in the pre show. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the pre show. Whew. It's been a morning. It's been quite a morning, but it's been a very, very fun one. Thank you to all who are joining me right now. It's 5:13 in the afternoon. I'm running a little late. Bear with me. You know what? Let's actually do this right. Let's bring you onto the screen with me because I do appreciate you for joining me. And this is, you know what? I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to make it happen today, if we're going to be able to make the pre show happen. But I do know that the typical reason why I am hustling to get the pre show up and running is because I have my buddy who follows up, but Bueller is not going live today, so I felt it okay that I run a little late and I go on the mic. So, what up to the homies? We got Ben Compton, El Ray, Just a Rican and his comics, Jason Cocker. We have Chad 90MF Comics, John Dix, Flores 775, Joseph Leifeld. I'm going through. Bear with us on this transition that we have with the new software. Kind of getting things, learning how all this stuff works here. But you know what? I'm pretty excited because we have the chat box, we have a counter on the screen. I'm excited to go with it. So right now, what are we doing? It's the Hot 10, Hot 10 is what I'm doing. It's Friday. Thursday nights, I get the Hot 10 list early before it's published. I get to go through it with my homie. We write a script. We write a whole show for you. We record it really late at night. I'm up super, super late, and then I have to wake up super early to get rolling to produce this video for the comic book community. And that's actually what I have for you today. So this video is going to drop here in about 16 minutes. That's right, 5:30. It's scheduled to release, and you are here for the pre-show. Now the pre-show is kind of the last minute, just whatever. I don't know. This is the pre-show, I can't promise what's going to happen on the pre-show. Are we going to chat about the Hot 10 list? Am I going to give you kind of a little lead into it, tell you about what happened, anything interesting? Or are we going to just talk about something interesting that I found out while I was just working? Because, that happens. Sometimes I'm going through, I'm working on stuff for the comic book fam. I'm putting together videos, I'm scripting, I'm doing stuff here. And oh my goodness, we had some interesting news hit. So I want to chat with you about Mr. Francesco Matina. Ooh, why? Why do I want to talk about Francesco Matina? Because we're going to get into it right now because I have some stuff to show you. I want to chat with you. I want to get you guys' opinion on some stuff. So first off, thank you to all of the viewers, to the 80 plus people currently joining. Please do me a favor, hit that like button for me. Let's get this video out there. Let's draw a little bit more attention to the channel in this next 20 minutes so that we can have this Hot 10 video that I spent all day editing for you actually have a chance of being viewed, because we're up against a lot of videos get released every single day. So a little bit goes a long way for us. So please, would appreciate your help. Hit that like button, and let's take a look at some, I don't know. I don't want to call it. I want to see what you think, because I kind of have my opinions on it, but I want to know what the comic fan thinks. Let me bring you on the screen, and I'm going to also, well, can we bring you on the screen? No, I have to show you first, and then we'll bring you on the screen. So what we're going to do is I want to show you this article here, by Bleeding Cool. Let's at least start there. Okay, what are we looking at? Let's see how I can do this here. Now, I've been following this a little bit because this actually, I remember reading this back in 2000. It was the beginning of 2018 when this was first discussed, but it came up again, and we got to bring it up. So right now, Bleeding Cool just published this. This is pretty new. Let's see here. This is the one we're going to be starting with here. As of January 10th, this is yesterday, separated at birth, Francesco, Matina, and everyone. Now, what is separated at birth? This is a term that Bleeding Cool has, we're going to start this off really, really good here. If we had really just like on one field here, so everyone knows what we're talking about. We're talking about whether or not something has been borrowed. Is it an homage, or homage, whichever way you want to say. I've been corrected both ways. Or is it straight up stealing? Is it plagiarism? And Bleeding Cool broke this story back in 2017 when Francesco was being called out for some of his covers. Take a look at this. We have a comparison to his Venomized variant, which is actually one of the big variant runs that he did that brought a lot of attention to his artwork and really made him super popular at Marvel before he left to DC. And this was soon after this that he left Marvel, when this kind of stuff was being uncovered and people brought this up. Take a look at this variant. Okay, so yes, it is a Venomized variant. Okay, and there's a lot of different arguments that can be made on what this is. The reason why some wouldn't call it anything more than maybe a cover swipe is because it's a Venomized variant. It's just a little different. But let's take a look at this next one here, this comparison to this work by Lee Jae Hyung. We have what is clearly been a digital image that's been altered. Because, maybe the first one you can kind of see that maybe you can get away with it because there is a lot of added detail. He really went out of his way to make these images different. But what I'm looking at here is something that's done done through digital work. I mean, I'll even show you what, actually, screw it. I can show you right now. It's the pre-show. That's how we do it. That's my excuse. If I feel like we're doing, I got to get a little bit more improv stuff here. We're just going to go with the pre-show. This is something that I do when I'm creating the videos. I have to make these thumbnails for the videos that we make, and I'm able to keep some of these thumbnails because we use a lot of them every week. So what I can do here is I'm like, all right, I want to get rid of this Hulk, and I want to replace it with something else. And let's say this week it's something else. Do I even have an image here? Maybe this is a bad example to do right now, but nope, we can. So let's say this is another comic. I could just erase this old comic and add a new image there. And essentially that's what Francesco Mattina did. He took the original image and added layers to it, removed art, removed ink, digital ink. I'm doing quotes over here off screen, and made it into something else that hit the stands. Now, some of these were kind of passed as just okay, whatever. But you look at this, and these are clearly the same image done by different creators. Now, take a look at this one. He was called out here. This was the one that actually made a little bit of press here because Daniel Bell actually went to Twitter to complain about how his model was used as a variant, and because he had actually released this as a picture to his Twitter feed. So it was very clear that these are the same. And back in 2017, we have Bleeding Cool at the bottom of this here. They did a poll to their audience on whether they thought that what should we consider this as a community? Is this a cover swipe? Is this a homage? Is this a coincidence? Is it a joke? And back then, it was very clear that the community said, no, this is a swipe. Now, swiping, we know that back in the day, we have, OG, a golden age is riddled with, that's how they did it. They were pumping out so much content back in the 40s and the late 30s and clear into the 50s where you can find artwork that was clearly, all but traced and then altered and repurposed. Repurposed, that's kind of a nice way to put it. Now, this is a bit different. This is definitely something that treads lines, and it's, that's why this is not. This is a good way to bring it all back. That's why this article is called "Separated at Birth," is because it was renamed, because it is something that's discussed in the community. Is this okay? Now, a year went by. I want to know it from right off the bat though, before we move on forward, because this is back in 2017. We haven't even gotten to what happened as of yesterday, at least reported by Bleeding Cool. Please let me know in the comment section or in the chat what you think about this here, because we have another case here coming up. Now, these were redone. These ones I just showed you, but we have another one that surfaced. Take a look at this one. Now, a lot of you are going to recognize this. This just came out. This is the Batman Who Laughs. That new... I'm forgetting the new Batman that's in the Batman Who Laughs. There's a couple new Batmans. There's actually like 3 or 4 new Batmans. But the Batman that's like badass and killing people, not Batman Who Laughs, but the new Batman. This one right here making the cover with the gun, you can clearly see that this is more than a cover swipe. Why? Well, if you keep looking here, they have a really interesting post by the creator of this Punisher, because what is this Punisher? This is a model. And Walter McNeil, who posted his model on his Instagram, he did a side-by-side post. Take a look at this. Look at this gun right here. You click, this is his Punisher design. Look at the gun. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Look at the punch. Look at the line work. Look at everything here. Look at the details, guys. We're not talking about the color. We're not talking about the background. We're not talking about the gray. We're not talking about even some of the shading, because those have been changed. But look at the detail. Those lines are the same. This is someone who literally took the digital print and added layers and made it his own. Now, how should we feel about this? Well, I can tell you the creator of this Punisher model, Walter McNeil, he tweeted, New Year's resolution, let's make 2019 about respect. Oh, you feel that? That's ouch. Okay, I follow Francesco Matina art, and I was truly disappointed to see this. Until now, I really enjoyed his work, but unfortunately, I can't respect it the same way anymore because I can't be sure where it comes from. Whoa, okay, so this right here is just more examples of it, and it's been brought up. Now, why, I mean, the community is going to decide, and sure as hell, if it isn't the community, it's going to be the publishers. I mean, there's a reason why he's not at Marvel anymore. Now, we don't know. This is, we don't know any. This isn't confirmed that he was kicked out of Marvel or that Marvel fired him or whatever. But this is concerning, and if the community doesn't just throw it out, then the publishers will, and they won't be able to get work. Now, let's just do a quick little reminder and take a look at eBay here. Matina brought us some really, really, really choice comic books over this last year. And I just want to remind us just what some of those were, because some of these may be not his original work. And I just had to be reminded, and I thought maybe you would like to be reminded too, because there's so many. When we say an artist name, it's like Matina or like Jock, or heck, like is any artist, your favorite artist, and you're thinking, okay, those highlighted covers come up, but when you actually see it, you type it on Google, do the search. I'm going through, I'm like, oh my gosh, this like that Venomized variant. All of those Mary Jane variants, that was so dope. That Two-Face variant with that bow tie, that was like, that was so good. Now, does it mean that he didn't do all of these? Absolutely not. I mean, like, he's done a ton of covers, and we have 4 examples. But why are we talking about it? Is because we got to make sure the community knows. We got to make sure that we all are keeping an eye out, because if we're not talking about it, this can go unnoticed. We haven't chatted about this since 2017, a little over 2 years. So it's coming up again. And if we see it happen again and again in a few months, we got to make sure that we can remember this article. So shout out to Bleeding Cool. We got to remember that they are pointing this out. They followed this story, and they've been talking about this, I don't know, this concern of what would we call this? Is this just him paying credit? Is this a homage cover? Is it a homage cover? How do you even say it? Let me know in the description. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what the comic fam thinks. Anyways, I found this interesting. I wanted to share that with you. Let me know if this is the kind of, if you would like to see more of this kind of stuff. I was sitting here, I was reading, I'm waiting for the video to export, get uploaded to YouTube for the comic fam. And I thought, you know what? This is an interesting article. This is something that I want to chat about, and I'll let the community join in on this discussion with me. So I want to hear what you think. So I'm going to bring the chat up, and let's see. Let me know, what do you think is, like, what makes this? Is this a homage? Is this a cover swipe? Is this stealing? Is this plagiarism? What's going on? Okay, so we have a lot of different peeps going through here, responding. Let's see what you guys have to say. And the chat will load up on the screen eventually, whenever it's ready. I don't know. Maybe it won't. We're just going to roll with it. Okay, so Logan Torres says, more TMZ news. Is this really TMZ news? I don't think this is TMZ news, because I don't think TMZ cares about comic books. Now, maybe they do. Maybe they do, but I mean, personally, I don't think that they would care as much about Matina. I think they should. I think it would be cool to get some TMZ coverage on some cool stuff can you imagine that? How dope that would be if TMZ was like, they put aside all their like the stuff about Kanye West and this like this person said this person was wearing this, and one day they were like, oh my gosh, okay, so the Guardians of the Galaxy, Donny Cates, we just found out a new update on the run. We now know that Cosmic Ghost Rider is not, I repeat, is not. And then Harvey comes out and he's like, he is not. I mean, like, that would be crazy. Or imagine what that would happen. Okay. Anyways, I want to know from the community what you think about this. Are you gonna keep buying these variants? I'm trying to stall a little bit to have the chat go up on the screen because it just wasn't working. But you know what? I can at least oh, there it goes. No, it's just like there it goes. Okay, so we have Diane Breed says this 1978 says this looks pretty shady though. Yeah, it looks shady because he actually did literal shading on other people's work. Dylan's Comics, as an artist, I say resemblances is way too uncanny. I personally would be really offended if someone was doing this with my work. Yeah, imagine if they were not only doing this, but they made a bunch of money. That you got to add that to that. Like if imagine someone else making money off of your work that they changed. I mean, that would upset me, but maybe not. Maybe not. You know, everyone's opinion. But as an artist, I do appreciate your comment. Stream Cave says I missed the beginning, so I didn't have the comparisons. I'll check it out after top 10 list. Awesome. Chad Lee, so radical it can't be anyone else. Oof. Okay. Here's another opinion. We have Garnett 21K who says, I think it would be okay to do so as long as you give proper credit. If you pass up on it on your own and swipe, it's disrespectful 100%. That's actually a really good, like, would this be a different situation had he been upfront about it and put it like on the, you know, in the credit, like make sure to credit, you know, Ian McDonald because I, you know, used his image as the the freaking canvas of my digital art print. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, James Hardy, the artists aren't okay with it. That's what I've read. Yeah, James, that's what I'm reading too. The artists aren't okay with it. That's why I'm curious, you know, what this maybe will mean going forward. AKA Mr. Bolo from CBSI. When you see an artist everywhere, stuff like this is bound to happen. Oh, absolutely. You know, I think that it's one thing to have to use something as a reference, though. You know, when you look at individuals' artwork that they use as reference, it's one thing. But like the Punisher, when we looked at the gun, that's legit line work that isn't his. And that's the part that I'm a little weary about. It's one thing to have the shape, even the stance. I mean, think of you know, Alex Ross. We can look at all of his, you know, a lot of his documentaries and his interviews when he talks about how he does artwork. He has people do the stances so he can model it, and he tries to get it perfect. And that's how he makes these pieces of artwork so close and so realistic. It's kind of a similar thing where, you know, he's just trying to copy of something very similar, but when the gun's handle is legit the same handle as another artist, that's when things cross a line. That's when it's like it's not 100% yours. And that's what we're talking about. I think that's interesting. I appreciate, you know, there being websites and individuals willing to cover that, so to get that out to me, because I'm interested in following this, because this kind of stuff I don't know, it may sway my decision on whether or not I want a variant, but I want that decision and I want all the information. You know, there's only so many variants that you can buy, and it's this kind of information that would sway me one way or the other. I mean, gosh, how many Batman Who Laughs variants were there? You could have, you know, anyone could have gotten like, there was like 50 of them, you know? I'd be disappointed, I would say, if that was the one that I picked, and I was like, shoot, this was kind of a ripoff. And that's what I would think about it. I would look at it, if I had it graded on my wall, I would think like, okay, yeah, the artist who actually did that, that's That's what this comic book's about now. Like that cover, that's what that's about now. It's not how cool it is, even if 95% of it's been shaded differently and is entirely different. It's actually really cool because it is. It's like this Batman. I'm looking at it. It's freaking awesome. But I don't know. That gun is like pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same thing. All right. But who knows? I want to know from the comic fan. Let me know what you think. All right. Let's see here. Oh, we got Bueller. People giving some Bueller some love. We do appreciate you, Bueller. Thanks so much. Is he in the chat? Yes, he is. Awesome, Bueller. Tom, when you're done, I'm going live, buddy. Oh, I didn't even know you were going live, man. You said you weren't going live. Holy smokes. Okay, we're done. We're done. I'm calling it right now. Okay, I'm so sorry, Bueller. I'm on his turf. I'm on his turf right now. This is Bueller's turf. I didn't know he was going live today, so I'm jumping off. Oh, and shout out Comic Book Hulk. I know you won the giveaway. I'm sorry to the 160 people who are currently joining me right now. We're going to go watch the top 10 list video that is out right now. It's dropped. It's out. People are watching it. We're doing another giveaway. So you got to go watch the video. Make sure to comment on that video. We do giveaways every week there. But Comic Book Hulk, I feel a little bad because I'm kind of like, I want you to have that excitement in the video and I just ruined it for you. But you know what? You're getting the giveaway, brother, because I just did it and I remember your name. So anyways, shout out to the Comic Book fam. Thank you so much. Enjoy the hot list. Bueller is up after me. I didn't realize he was waiting on me to jump off. Everyone have a really, really good weekend. We got a bunch of content planned for you. As always, geek responsibly. Peace.